Welcome to Dusty Futon's Remix episode number 3. In this episode, we're going to talk about Season 1, Episodes 7, 8, and 9. I'm Big Jon, the host of the Dusty Futon, and I'm going to be your guide to this journey of fonder days of yore. So first, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you enjoyed it safely. We got a lot planned for the Dusty Futon. It's going to be very exciting. April 4th is when Season 6 will launch, and there will be some exciting news bouncing back and forth between different cities, having different co-hosts, different styles. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, or wherever you get your podcast. And now we are on YouTube. Go to dustyfuton.com. Check us out on Facebook or Twitter or even Instagram to find out where you can find these videos on YouTube, or just search YouTube Dusty Futon and you will find them. Dusty Futon Remix, BigJonEntertainment.com. So like I said, we got a lot going on. But let's move on to episode 7. Now, we were trying to find musicians, but we had trouble getting people to actually return our phone calls. So we wanted to talk about music regardless. So we decided to talk about the future of music and musicians. And maybe, I'm not sure yet, I haven't listened to this episode in quite a while, but maybe we'll also find out what happened at the end of episode 6 and why it cut off so abruptly. Without further ado, here is episode 7 of season 1 of the Dusty Futon.
Well, it's dirty and it's brown, it's a little down, like I just got it out of and lost and found. Trying to test it, germ infested, stained by food, partially digested. Nobody can say what you find between the dirty couch gushes that have never been cleaned. Missing keys or American cheese, trapped the said where the kiss will conceive. Pleasure to meet ya, we're happy to see ya in the Dusty Futon.
I am the first albino Mexican. Maybe not the first.
You know, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Are you really Mexican?
No.
Because that wouldn't surprise me either, because you do work pretty hard.
Yes, I do. I am a hard worker.
You have a very good work ethic.
And there is a
rationally.
possibility I could have some Mexican in me.
Well, that's only because you're finally going to give it up to Jose at work.
Jose. And
I want some Mexican
right.
inside me. Give me your bean burrito.
Extra sour cream, please.
Give me, yes.
But
no guacamole.
My father never met the dad on his side, his biological father. So I have no idea where a whole quarter of my family tree comes from.
You should do like a genealogy thing, the DNA testing and stuff.
Yeah, they have those.
It's only $100.
You can get the real legit ones are about $200. I researched it online because I thought about doing it to find out, because I've had 2 people from Europe come up to me and they didn't know each other, and this is on completely separate occasions, and they looked at me and they said, "Are you Russian?" And I said, "No, I'm not Russian. I'm mostly Irish. French, Welsh, German, things like that."
2 people.
Yeah.
Out of all the Europeans you may have run across, 2 people called you Russian, so now you think there's a possibility you're Russian.
There is a possibility, only because there's a complete mystery in my family tree.
Gotcha.
Just a quarter of it. So there's a possibility I may be biologically communist.
No, I don't think biological communism really
Does that work?
happens. No.
No?
I don't. I think that's a fallacy.
Okay.
So you were telling me off mic before we started recording that you just recently went to like this huge concert to kick off the summer.
Yeah, there was a big concert that was held here in San Diego, and
it made you realize something?
Well, yeah, it really kind of made me think about just the direction that music is heading. I mean, when I think about the music I grew up with as a child and through grade school, it was very rock oriented. You know?
Yeah. You got, and it all stemmed from rock. Everything had rock in it in the 90s.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and I thought it was going to be there to stay, because it seems like it split into 2 different groups, and there was the rap and there was the rock, and you were either one of the 2. But it seems to be that both have fizzled out, and now it's turning into this electronic music.
Now you're talking top 40 mainstream type music.
Yes, yeah. All the stuff that you hear on the top 40 stations today, that's basically what music is now. And it actually has to, like you said, it has to do with rock and things in the past, because they're sampling everything from back in the day, or they're using the same hook lines or the same songs. Like Sam Smith getting sued by Tom Petty for use of his.
There's actually just today I saw a story that "Sweet Child of Mine," the song that everybody knows and loves, is a ripoff of another song from an Australian rock band from 6 years prior.
Really?
Yes. However, the original band member from that original band has actually come and said, "Hey, I'm cool. Let him coexist. I'm cool." He's not suing. He doesn't want any money. That song, he could be pulling millions. But he's not.
What an idiot.
No. That's the type of musician we need in this world that says, "Hey, cool, man, you happen to come up with a song that sounded almost exactly like mine. More power to you. You made more money than you put better lyrics to it than I did."
So it wasn't the same song. But it was very similar.
It had the exact. It was the same thing with the Tom Petty thing. It had a very similar chord progression. Everything, it followed the same pattern musically.
Wow.
Both of them, they changed chords at the same time. All of that. So it's almost exact. So, but the thing, I actually been having a conversation with people about this.
Okay.
And I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but shit. I completely forgot where I was going with that.
Oh, okay. So,
but okay. So, wow, my short-term memory just went to shit.
Oh man. Oh, you're fired.
Yeah, I know.
How do you like it?
I'm fired. I'm the one that started the tangent, and I can't even remember what the hell my tangent was.
I can't stay mad at you. You're hired again.
Oh, well, thank you so much, even with my raised letter.
In fact, I'm promoting you to co-host.
Oh, co-host.
Yes, that's right. So you're back where you started.
What? Okay. Cool.
So anyway, so I went to this concert, and what really surprised me was that the headliner was a DJ.
A DJ.
A DJ.
Okay,
he didn't sing. He didn't dance. He didn't do a damn thing that all the other artists did except sit behind his computer and spin the record. Occasionally, he got on the mic and went, "San Diego, what's up?"
Okay,
stuff like
so
that.
yeah, but did he was it all samples, or is it electronic music that he created himself, like beats or whatnot? What do you mean by DJ? Like, what is? Explain it.
He used other people's songs, popular songs that are in the top 40. However, he alters them in ways that would make him his own. So it's not really his property, but he's twisting it in a way to make it original, I guess.
Okay, so basically he's jazzing it up, and he's adding bass beats, he's adding rhythm.
Exactly. He's
slowing
peppering
it
the
down.
steak.
Yeah, he's peppering the steak.
He's peppering the steak.
But he's doing it in a flashy way, right?
Yes.
So that's EDM. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and are you're not happy with the direction? You're not happy with EDM, or is it like the loss of rock?
Here's my beef. I understand rock is kind of gone for the time being. It will come back. But I am still a musician, a rock musician. And I put a lot of work into creating music and a lot of thought process. And it just seems to me that it's kind of unfair that DJs are getting a lot of the recognition and more money than musicians. And these DJs who are using music that has already been written by somebody else is programmed into a computer, and all they have to do is listen to it, make it a little heavier, and throw a couple of things on top of it, and they get paid a ton of money.
No, I have to stop you right there.
Okay.
And the reason I have to stop you is because very few DJs, compared to the ones that are actually out there trying to be good DJs, very few of them are getting paid the big bucks. That's like saying, oh my God, look at all those musicians out there that are making millions of dollars. Exactly. See, that's my point. There are a few that make millions of dollars. Same thing with DJs.
Yeah.
But the ones that are making the money, they put more work and sometimes into making your song better than you put into writing the song and performing it. Then they also do their flair and all their other stuff. So in their own right, they're great performance artists.
Okay, I can agree with you a little bit there. And I have seen some DJs that really do put forth the extra effort to be good at what they do. In fact, one of the DJs I'm thinking of is actually in a heavy metal band.
Right.
If you've ever seen Slipknot, you've noticed that up in the corner there is this guy who does the turntables and the sound mixing, and when he's not doing that, he is the biggest showman I've seen on a stage. I mean, at least one of the biggest. So he's kind of like a hype man and almost like a background dancer, if you will. If you can dance to heavy metal, I guess that would be the dance. But I do have some respect for him.
And that's what these professional DJs do. But I don't think they're musicians.
Yes, and I agree with you. I don't think they're musicians. I think they are creative in certain things that they do. You know, it's almost like saying, you know, musicians paint pictures, DJs make collages.
But let's be clear, DJs generally are not musicians.
Yes. Now I do have to, I guess, correct myself. There are some, I would consider them DJs out there that do make music.
So you're saying DJs are musicians if they write their own music to overlap with other music. So if you want to yell at Tyler for just admitting that DJs are in the classification of musicians, you can email him at tj@dustyfuton.com.
That's correct.
And if you want to tell me how stupid he is for saying that, I'm Big Jon at dustyfuton.com.
He already knows. Don't humor him. But you can also get all the old previous episodes of the Dusty Futon on dustyfuton.com. And if you want to say something to us or just post something funny, hey, hit us up on our Facebook. Search the Dusty Futon, and also on Twitter.
Yeah, and we live tweet every Wednesday when a new episode is released, 4 p.m. Pacific time. So
if you're a DJ out there and you want to just basically throw some hate words my way, you can go ahead and do that.
Thankfully, we never actually got any hate mail or anything about that. We just had fun talking about it and sharing our opinions about the future of music, rock, pop, and EDM and all that jazz, and our opinions on whether or not is music. It's funny because that argument seemed to carry through for the first 2 years of the Dusty Futon, with Tyler being the co-host. And eventually, I developed the Dusty Futon Producers Corner, which we had RJ Fax on as the first episode back in Season 5. We're going to be doing more of those episodes as we have people interested in talking about that topic and talking about being a producer or a lyricist or anything like that. So if you know anybody, email us at admin@dustyfuton.com. Or if you are a producer, hip-hop artist, and you create your own music, then hit me up. admin@dustyfuton.com. We got a place for you on the Dusty Futon. So anyway, moving forward, we're going to go ahead and talk to Eric Zane Idle of Trailer Park Rockstars. He was the second musical guest we had on the Dusty Futon. And he was a friend of mine. He still is a friend of mine who... he is the lead guitarist for this band called Trailer Park Rockstars. So we sit down and chat with him, and I believe we actually play a song or two from Trailer Park Rockstars and talk to him about the band and his music. Dusty Futon, Season 1, Episode 8.
Well, it's dirty and it's brown, it's a little undown, like I just got it out of been lost and found. Trying to test it, germ infested, stained by food, partially digested. Nobody can say what you find between the dirty couch gushers that have never been clean. Missing keys or American cheese. Trapped at the set where the kiss will conceive. Pleasure to meet ya, we're happy to see ya. In the Dusty Futon.
We've got Eric Zane Idle.
Eric Idle from Monty Python?
No, not that one. Hey,
it's right, just as cool.
Yeah, just as cool. Well, he doesn't look like him at all.
And half his age, too.
But this is Eric Zane Idle of Trailer Park Rockstars.
Welcome aboard the Dusty Futon.
Thank you very much.
How long you guys been around for?
Oh, a few years now. This current lineup was basically the start of the band, and then we had parted ways with the drummer for a little while and a bass player, and now they're both back. So
Those are the two
Okay.
hardest musicians to find and
Yeah.
replace in any band. I don't care who you are,
Yeah.
what genre.
Well, actually, I noticed that interestingly enough that it didn't seem like the bass player from that album was on your first album that you released.
It wasn't.
Ah,
No, and you could tell if he was there because he's a big guy.
yeah, and there's only 3 people in the picture versus
Yeah,
4.
I played bass on that record.
Oh wow! So you overdubbed the bass.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I
nice.
tracked it.
Jack of all trades.
Oh, and also he has his own studio. You do your own mixes.
Correct. Yeah.
Did you mix the newest album?
Yep. Yep.
Ah,
That was
sounds
both
great.
those were done at the house.
I want to know where you got the legalese wording for the copyright disclaimer.
Yeah, I was going to note that.
That's what I wanted. I'm going to read this verbatim. It says, "Warning: all rights